discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. Yes, we can do it, but we must be genuine when it comes to the development of the country, when it comes to the transformation, the coming together and the transformation of the country. So you cannot have one foot in the water and one on the shore. You're either in the water or you're either on the shore. That's very, very important. I want to welcome you to the Dynamic Hour. Every Sunday from 1 to 2, we deliberate using radio and social media to connect. I want to encourage those on Facebook and YouTube to please share the live. Sharing is caring. When you do, you give your friends, your colleagues, the opportunity to be a part of the discourse, the conversation, because the friends you have on Facebook may not be the friends I have, right? And the friends I have may not be your friends. On YouTube, you can actually share the channel, right? That's important, very important. So I want to start off today by sharing some positive stuff that's happening in Grenada. So the first thing I want to share with you is the whole food safety enhancement project. It's about a $10 million, I think, project. And that is, well, they have started the process. So it's so important to share that with you.
The Minister of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation is working closely with the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives to ensure that US $10 million food safety enhancement project is implemented in a timely manner. The project is funded under the World Bank program Unleashing the Blue Economy of the Caribbean. On Friday, various stakeholders met to chart the way forward for the project. The Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture and Lands, Fisheries and Cooperatives is Mr. Aaron Francois.
The project is already activated. By that, I mean we have started, we have been given the approval to start the implementation of the project. And so this morning we are meeting at a high-level meeting in terms of making sure that we are ready for implementation. In other words, the process has started, but we are approaching it from a whole of government approach. So we have several ministries, the Ministry of Agriculture and its technicians. We have the procurement unit from the Ministry of Finance, who will be overseeing the procurement for the project. We have persons from the Ministry of MIT. which is of course overseeing the implementation of major projects for the government, and we also have persons from the Ministry of Legal Affairs. We have a representative from the Ministry of Legal Affairs, and from Economic Development. So the idea is to bring all the major players, given the urgency and the tight time frame that we have to implement that project, to make sure that everybody understands, what each one has to do, so that we can expedite the implementation of the project.
Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Honorable Andy Williams, spoke about his ministry's involvement and beneficiaries of the project.
What we are doing from MIT standpoint is we are collaborating with the Ministry of Agriculture and other ministries to ensure that this project is implemented in the 12 months window. We have 10 months remaining, and we want to ensure that this project is implemented in that time. And again, this project will be a game changer for the agriculture sector, and farmers and agro-processors will see tremendous benefit from this project. It involves livestock, it involves freezing capacity, it involves funding for agro-processors, and it's funding projects for farming in general. But the bigger picture of this project is to really reduce food prices for us in Grenada. And this project is not only a project for Grenada, but it's a project for other OCS islands or countries in the Caribbean.
Minister Williams said after this meeting, the hope is that from Monday they can get the ball rolling.
Today we are going to set timelines, and when we set the timelines, from Monday we will be running. And running means that we are going to ensure that the timelines are met, that we have procurement also in this meeting, and procurement is a very important function that will enable this project to really be implemented smoothly. So we have procurement here, and procurement is leading the way in this meeting now to tell us exactly the timelines. And once we get the timelines, it's a matter of sticking to the timelines and ensuring that we meet those deadlines. And that is the intention. So we are very confident that this will go smoothly.
Right. So again, that's a very important project. I think it's about $10 million. And they have about 10 more months to go. And it's so important that they get all the stakeholders on board so that the project will be implemented smoothly. And this is a good step in the right direction, because what you would find when it comes to a project like that, it's really the procurement aspect of this project that normally delays it, that keeps it back. So there is a need to engage and let everybody knows what area they fit in, what they have to do, because you may have to make some changes as you go. Because let me tell you this, public servants must know that it's a different government, and they're big on implementation, getting the project implemented, getting it done. Under the NNP era, it was slow, it was a draggy process, and we lost a lot of money because no one cared about implementing those projects. So public servants must understand their role, and failure to execute, failure to do what their role outlines, their job description says, action must be taken, because that is where you get the sabotage, that is where you get the delays and the slowing down process and so on, because they know that it is in their hands. So I just hope that this particular project is implemented successfully. It's a very important project for our own food safety, for our own survival here in Grenada, all right? Making sure that we process stuff, we produce stuff, we plant stuff, we harvest stuff safely, and that the price is reflected in such a way that, it's cheaper, it goes down. And that is something that needs to happen. I have been saying that for quite a while. If a if a farmer gets assistance from government, gets money from government to do certain things, to enhance, to improve, that farmer should not then sell his produce as high as the other people. Because you get 20,000, you get 30,000, you get 40,000 from government, right? To help you to produce more. But yet for all, you want to sell the same way that the other people are selling. So you want to sell the tomatoes at the same price, right? Like the other farmers. You want to sell the cucumbers at the same price. You want to sell your lettuce at the same price. But you just benefited from government. You just benefited from $30,000, $40,000, and all kind of assistance from government, right? So I am saying there must be some kind of understanding between the same farmers who the government will be helping, the same agro processors, the same people in that industry, animal husbandry and so on. So you can't come and sell the beef and the pork and the lamb and the mutton and so on the same price like the other people. There must be some understanding that we are helping you to be better, to expand, to produce more. But your price must reflect that when you harvest or when you sell, when you reap and you sell to the public, to our Grenadian brothers and sisters. So you cannot be getting everything free. Fertilizer free, farm labor free, grant aid, and we can go on with all kinds of programs and assistance and so on. Concession for vehicles, for this, for that. But when you harvest, when you produce, when you're selling pound and crown, you're selling expensive, you're selling just like the other farmer, right? There must be some understanding between the people, the farmers that we assist, that the government assists, as it relates to the price that they sell the finished product. It has to be, because the price for local stuff is very costly, it's very high. And if we want our people to eat healthy and to remain healthy, the prices must reflect that. It has to be lower. They have to sell more reasonable in terms of the cost and the price and so on. It's just too high. I go to the market, I observe, I buy stuff there, and the prices, there is no control. So you buy this for that price, you go next door and you buy it for a next price, and the next price, and the next price. No control. Everybody's selling it for what they want and what they feel. But if government is assisting you, if government is giving you all that assistance, why are you selling the breadfruit still for $5? And in some instances, you did not even plant it. And when you plant it, you don't have to mulch it, manure it, prune it, nothing like that. Excuse me. The coconut, you're selling it for $4 and $5. You did not plant it. And in some instances, if you plant it, when you plant it, that's it. You don't have to fertilize it, prune it, do all kind of stuff. But you still come in and sell it for £1 and a crown. You still sell it expensive, every single thing. But you're getting assistance from government. So that must be tied in with all the assistance. So you're giving these people assistance, the farmers, assistance here and assistance there. You have to tie this thing in, right? That's my view. You have a little bag of lime, $5. Everything is $5 these days, as though they don't have change. They can't sell it $3, and they can't sell it $4. Everything is $5, $5, $10, as though they just start with wrong money, right? No change, no $4.50, no $4, no $3, right? $5. The market has become a $5 market and a $10, right? It's as though there is no change. So the 1 cent out of the market, the 2 cent out of the market. But they believe that there is no 50 cents and no 25 cents and no dollar. Everything 5, 5, 5. So I am saying there is a need to look at that. Look at the farmers that we are assisting, the government. The government is spending a lot on farmers in Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. Millions and millions of dollars. But when they produce, their price is even higher than the people who did not get assistance. And that's the fact. That's the fact. So the government spends money on cleaning your land, on plowing your land, right? On planting. They spend money by subsidizing fertilizer, giving you cheaper. They give you concession for vehicles and so on. They give you training, they give you assistance left, right, and center. But when you produce, you're selling it at market value, market price, meaning what your neighbor who did not get assistance selling it at. Come on. It has to be. So I urge, when you're giving them kind of assistance, tie it with something, right? Tie it with something. Attach it with something. You can't just be giving millions and millions and millions to the farmers, and the price that he's selling it at is the same or more. That can't work. No, I don't subscribe to that, and I think most reasonable thinking Grenadians will not subscribe to that. So, just a little input from me there on that one. So kudos to the government. I want to applaud them. They have kept true to their promise to make agriculture a priority. We are seeing that every single day. They promise also to make healthcare a priority. We are seeing that. They have also promised to make education a priority, and we are seeing that. So let us move now to the students who sat the CPEA exam and did not score a certain amount. So the Ministry of Education and the schools, they know who did not perform in a way that gave them an outright pass, all right? Or they did not score extremely high. The government, the Ministry of Education, the Minister of Education, the Honorable David Andrew, and the NDC administration, the most Honorable Deacon Mitchell, understand too well that there is a need to help those students. So while we're on summer break, vacation, the students are actually at the various schools receiving assistance in many different areas, and that will continue because it is not just making everybody go to secondary school, but making sure that everybody who goes to secondary school is either on the same level or almost the same level. So they're spending a lot of money in helping the students. And many a times we don't hear the critics, the obstructionists, the haters of progress. We don't hear them applauding the government. We don't hear them highlighting those achievements because it is not in their best interest to do so. Right? So for example, I laughed a bit when the NNP put out a statement on crime. Right? But they did not put out a statement when the RGPF was applauded for their crime-solving rates, meaning Grenada, the Royal Grenada Police Force, they have a high rate of solving crimes. Not only that, the NNP did not put out any statement on the many achievements of this government, the good things that were achieved under this government, but they're quick to put out statement on the crime rates and the situation in the country. But what we are experiencing now will never be the first and it will never be the last. Right? A person shooting a person, or a person robbing, or a person committing some crime, or hanging or something. If you believe that's the last, well, then you're living in Mars, in space. Right? And no matter who in power, it will happen. Remember, in the lead up to the 2018 election, you remember how much people who died? We thought it was a bloodbath. We thought people were sacrificing people. You remember that? Blood for so. I mean, Grenadians have a short memory, and the NNP knows that. But nevertheless, let us go to this particular undertaking by the government for the students who, did not score very, very high in the CPEA exam.
The Ministry of Education is making good on its promise to ensure that all students who wrote the CPEA examinations move seamlessly into the secondary school system. Annette Moore reports that students who scored less than 60% in the exams are currently participating in a program called Pathway to Success, Secondary School Readiness Program.
No child is being left behind as the Ministry of Education moves forward with its Pathway to Success Secondary School Readiness Program. The program began on Monday, July 10th and continues until July 21st, 2023 in centers across the Tri-Island state of Grenada. Sessions are from 9 a.m. to noon. Students are attending the sessions at centers closest to their homes. There is no cost associated with this program, and students are provided with light refreshments. Within recent weeks, the Minister for Education, Senator the Honorable David Andrew, announced that all students sitting the Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment, or the CPEA, will advance to a secondary school, regardless of the outcome of the assessment, as the Government of Grenada reintroduces universal education. Therefore, for students who scored less than 60% in the 2023 CPEA, the Pathway to Success Secondary School Readiness Program will equip them with essential skills and knowledge to ensure a smooth transition from primary to secondary school. The daily schedule consists of interactive workshops, engaging activities, and guidance sessions led by experienced educators. Students will have the opportunity to familiarize themselves with the secondary school environment, boost self-confidence, strengthen communication and teamwork, strengthen literacy skills, provide numeracy support, and develop effective study skills. We visited a few centers to see how things were progressing and spoke to teachers and a counselor. The facilitator's feedback was unanimous with regard to the students' reception of the program, saying that the students who were timid and solemn on the first day were opening up by the end of that day and enthusiastic to return. At the St. Joseph's Convent, Grenville, the students were relaxed and settled, participating actively in the class. Jane Walcott, a teacher with more than 29 years' experience, is one of the facilitators at the Grenville Secondary School. She says efforts to motivate the students have been successful.
When they came in at first, they seemed very demotivated and solemn, but at the end of the day, we were able to get them to open up, and they were all enthusiastic, and they were participating and speaking and answering questions. They all became vibrant. I think this is a good initiative to get the students all interested in learning and to encourage them to participate.
At the Anglican High School Center, the school counselor providing psychosocial care to that class of students had a story which helps to further validate the goals of the program. Nicole Johnson James is herself a success story and one who believes in second chances.
Nicole Brendley Johnson James, I am a product of these kinds of second chances. I passed common entrance. Back then, it was common entrance. At age 13, my last chance. And it's because I got the chance because somebody believed in me, or some bodies believed in me, because they pushed me. And here I am today. I am a licensed clinician by training, clinical and community psychologist, I am at the Anniken High School as the counselor and have been doing this for the past 16, almost 17 years.
She explained the work being done with the students.
On Monday, we looked at goal setting. I mean, this is huge for them. It is critical because they need to know where they want to go. And you know, it is often said if we don't know where we're going, we could end up anywhere, right? So we looked at setting short term, long term, and medium term goals. The short term was how could we use this opportunity we have here, this second chance during the 2 weeks? How could we use it to set goals to prepare you for school in September?
Johnson James says the discussion also focused on celebrating the small wins. Students created a self-contract to hold themselves responsible for achieving their goals. She went on to explain a particular activity that she did.
Today we looked at building resilience because when we set goals, they don't come easily. We oftentimes are challenged, we encounter roadblocks and obstacles. So I used several games to help them build resilience. You saw us using the darts too, and they were throwing at their targets. They did that in teams, so they were able to see the target at that point in time. And then in life, the challenges become tougher and tougher. So then they were blindfolded and they needed to depend on other people. They needed to depend on their own confidence. They needed to take risks. They needed to just have their own motivation. They enjoyed it. It was a simple but strategic way of bringing that out of them rather than the regular chuck and talk.
Johnson James recommends that parents and others encourage rather than give negative criticism to students, thereby ensuring that students make progress and experience success. At the Wesley College Secondary School, the facilitator says the counseling sessions are critical and expressed that it is making a difference. She also notes that there were significantly more boys than girls in attendance at the sessions. Most schools that we interacted with had approximately half of the students expected. However, facilitators note that the numbers are steadily increasing. Some believe that the secondary school registration period may be one factor affecting the turnout of students during this first week of the program. For the GIS Week in Review, I'm Annette Moore.
All right, so that's a very nice one there by Annette Moore. And look, folks, we underestimate how big this thing is, this project, this undertaken by the Ministry of Education and the government of Grenada, because we have grown accustomed to seeing a piece of concrete road and we see it as a major achievement, or a piece of concrete drain, or somebody getting some material to repair their home. Something tangible, something in hand that you can touch, something you can play with. And you see this as a major achievement. But here you have students who did not attain the pass mark, who did not get the 60 or so. Here you have them in the classroom or at school, learning self-confidence, learning teamwork, learning how to set goals and achieve goals, the short term, the medium, the long term, how teamwork can assist you. This is important, all right? Numeracy, literacy. In other words, this is big. But our Grenadian people have become so accustomed to seeing something, a piece of road, and you can see, you can walk, you can feel, and you see it as a major achievement. But this is a major, major undertaking. Do not underestimate this. So the first piece I played for you regarding agriculture, investing in agriculture, investing in the farmers, investing in livestock production, investing in agro processing, adding value to. This is big. And this piece I'm playing now is actually very, very big. And I'm proud of the NDC administration and the new trust to make agriculture, to make education, to make healthcare the driving force or pillars as we move along with the transformation agenda, because these areas have always been on the back burner of the NNP administration. Do not underestimate that, and do not forget that, because we have a way of forgetting things. Healthcare was never a priority for the NNP. Education was never a priority for the NNP, because NNP always believes if you educate people, they will be liberated. And if they're liberated, they would never support the NNP. They would never vote for the NNP. So they never saw education as a priority. That is why when the NNP came into power, they removed, or they scaled back the free textbook program that the NDC started between 2008 and 2013. They scaled it back. They were not buying books, replacing the books, changing the books, and so on. They were not doing that. They never saw education as important, because they know that the real pathway to prosperity, to development, is through education. And if they educate our people, they know that they would reach that stage of higher learning, higher understanding, higher reasoning, higher consciousness, and they would never vote for the NNP. So they're fully aware of that. So they never saw education as important. But the NDC has a track record of prioritizing education, healthcare, and agriculture. Because if we eat healthy, if we eat good stuff, locally produced stuff, yesterday I met a gentleman, Friday, I met a gentleman in St. George's, a young man, and he might be listening at this point in time. And he said, Kem Jones, you remember when I came to you and I told you about my initiative, and your humble servant, told him, well, look, there is the CES grant where he can go and get $30,000 to expand, to build his little business. And maybe I could get the box of stuff. All right, so let me get the stuff that I'm talking about, because I actually purchased the stuff from him. So let me play this, and I'll come back. All right.
Minister of Implementation, Mr. Hotspot and the Hotspot. Yes, Minister of Transformation, Mr. Hotspot, you in the hotspot. I must extend my hand, say congratulations on your mission to clean up this island. But I made an observation, you only clean in one section, like your operation mode is to just clean by the road, and this we can't afford, cause if you clean across the board. So all them NNP elements who trying to derail the government, clean them up fast and they don't let the time pass and they, cause if you ever make that mistake, it's one time again all you're going to make. Clean them up fast and they don't let the time pass and...
Right, so I was saying, so I met the young man, and the young man said to me, he had this project, and this particular idea and concept, and he started and so on. And I told him about the CES grant, and he was able to apply, and he got through with the CES grant. So I met him on Friday, and he said to me, you remember me? I said, no. He said, well, remember I came to you and you guided me accordingly. And he was able to he said, well, I'm waiting on the equipment. Now I ordered the equipment and so on to expand. But in the meanwhile, I have started the process of enhancing my project, enhancing the products that I do, that I produce, and it's going well. So I purchased 2 of his, tea, locally made tea, right? Tea. That's it here. So this one here is ginger, bay leaf, and and lemongrass. That's lemongrass. And at the back it says product of Grenada, manufactured by Taste the Spice Limited, Carrier St. Andrew, Grenada. Phone number 473-423-9077, or email taste D as in dog, spice as in spice, right? Spelling 473.gd@gmail.com. And this one here is ginger, turmeric, bay leaf, orange peel tea. This one here. And at the back again, made in Grenada. And it's well packaged, right? Well packaged. Nice. So this is what you want to see more of, right? So I bought 2 packs, right? 2 boxes. But I'm saying this is big. This is significant. But some people don't understand what the government did with the CES program, because they didn't receive, they applied and they didn't get. So they believe that it's a failure. But here you have a young man, right, who is able to produce this thing at international standard. Look at the quality. Look at the quality of the stuff, right? Or local tea. And he's saying to me, well, he's waiting for his equipment, new equipment, with the grant that he got to expand. All right, to expand. So, yes, my friend's saying to see, well, call out the information again. So let me call the information out again. What's at the back of the box? So it says here, product of Grenada, manufactured by Taste D as in dog, Spice Limited. The address, Carrier St. Andrew, Grenada, West Indies. Phone number 1473-423-9077. So that individual's phone number, the gentleman, his number is 1473, that's our code, 423-9077. That's 423-9077. And I think he has about 12 or 13 different types of tea. Well, the mix. So like this one, as I told you, ginger, bay leaf, and lemongrass tea. So you have about 12 or so boxes like this, different type. So you mix it, maybe 3 or 4 stuff there. Like this one, ginger, turmeric, bay leaf, and orange peel. You understand the point? So he has about 16 or 15 or 16 of that. So if you're interested, you will call him up. Call the gentleman up and take it from there. Right? Grenada, made in Grenada. I love that. And it's a good place to start. But I'm saying to you, the government injected $30,000 into the hands of this young man. Right? As I guided him accordingly. And he's now expanding. He's now doing this. And when I saw it, I was moved. Right? So people underestimate the injection of $15.1 million. $15.1 million in the economy, in the hands of reasonable thinking people, of young people, of industrious people, of creative people. Because to the NNP supporters, you have to come and give them some money in their hand and give them this week, give them next week, give them the other week. And that is what they have grown accustomed to. But here you have young people getting the assistance from government and creating stuff for life, creating industries. That is what you call real development. So I was moved to really talk about this because that's just one. I'm talking about 500 plus Grenadians, right? Somebody say, Kim, can I have the man in Canada that sent barrels to Grenada for number, right? That's Greens, right? So someone is saying there they want that number. All right, yes, that's Greens, a good partner, Eric Benjamin. So his number is 14165699755. So let me repeat that. Eric Benjamin, Greens. His number 14165699755. All right? So call him up. 416-569-9755. Okay? You should get that number by now. So call him up. Nice. All right. So again, folks, it is very important that we appreciate what we are seeing, because the government, right? So it was really because the government had the vision to inject in the economy, and it's grant, right? Grant aid, they don't have to pay it back. It's not like under NNP. The Taxi Association, for example, they got some money from, what is it, GDB, and they have to pay it back. COVID money, but they have to pay it back. But here you have the NDC administration making cash available for small businesses, micro, small, medium-sized businesses, so they can start off, expand, and create jobs. That is big, really, really big. So I want to applaud the government. And that is real achievement. I know we have grown accustomed to some concrete road, some concrete drain, to something like that. And then you point to that, the NNP, they have always, been beating their chest. Well, we did this piece of concrete road, we did this piece of concrete. Well, right now you're seeing a lot of concrete road, concrete drains and so on being done, left, right, and center. So NNP can't talk because Andy's the man, and Tevin Andrews and Ron Redhead and the others, they're doing a lot of work, concrete road and concrete drains and so on. So things are happening. Some people are blind, or they're playing blind. They're conveniently blind and conveniently, senile. Yeah, people like that, something happening right in front of them, and you tell them, look, it's happening right in front of them. But because it's the NDC doing it, they can't see. They can't see it, right? So I thought I should, mention that the NDC is doing a lot as it relates to agriculture, agro-processing, adding value to stuff. And that is really, really remarkable. I want to commend them. I want to applaud them. All right? Let me share again another positive in terms of accreditation, sharing some information on accreditation, because some people go there and study, and really and truly, they come back and their certificate means nothing.
The Grenada National Accreditation Board, GNAB, hosted a consultation with members of the Public Service Commission, Department of Public Administration, and union leaders, among others, on June 28th at the Koyaba Beach Resort. The aim of the consultation was to create awareness of the services of the Grenada National Accreditation Board and of the Grenada Qualifications and Credit Framework. The board is responsible for accrediting and recognizing tertiary education in Grenada. GNAB wishes to create public awareness that will result in individuals seeking qualifications from accredited institutions. They also offer advice on the appropriateness of academic programs to meet career goals. Quality Assurance Officer at the GNAB, Kevin Hagley, provided more information on this and the Grenada Qualifications and Credit Framework, with input from GNAB's Research Officer, Charlene Robertson.
The services that we offer, so we're looking at equivalence assessment, we're looking at credential evaluation, we're looking at accreditation of programs and institutions. We want that to get out there. And by extension to our sister organization, the Grenada Medical and Dental Council, their role and in Grenada as far as accrediting medical programs in Grenada. So one of the things that we found is that there are persons who may latch on to a particular program because of cost, but may not do due diligence in trying to find out, when I'm finished, would that degree of qualification be recognized either by another institution or even by us here in Grenada for employment or further study. We may find instances where people study and they've spent thousands of dollars only to find out at the end that when they return, the qualification may not be accepted either locally, or other institutions may say they don't know of that program or that institution, and as such, they can't go up to our next level. Our hope is that they would spread the word within the confines of the ministry or the circle of influence, that when an employee comes in or a member of staff, that they ensure that their qualification has been verified by GNAB, that within their home, their community, that they spread the word on before going and study. What are some of the things you should look for in terms of degree fraud and diploma mills? Added to that, we also wanted to sensitize the public on our qualifications framework, what it is about, how useful it is for us, for those who go into study, for those who are thinking of traveling to other countries, how useful that framework is, and to get buy-in and feedback, because as it is now, it's in the draft stage.
Our qualifications framework really is a classification and the recognition of qualifications which exist within our education system. So basically, when we develop our qualification system, you can look at this and sort of get a picture of what Grenada's education system looks like. It's structured very much like a ladder, so that qualifications are placed from the lowest level right up to the highest level, and each level is distinguished from the other level by learning outcomes, so that the learning outcomes become more complex as you move up the framework. One of the goals of the framework is really to recognize technical and vocational education and training. We know that traditionally the mason or the carpenter or the plumber, that was seen as careers for our jobs for persons who were not academically inclined. So you did not make it in secondary school, so you learn a trade. No, we want to dispel that whole notion that it is not for the academically inclined student. And that's why the framework will align, as you said, the academics with the technical and vocational education, so that you can actually see the equivalence. So I might have a CVQ level 3. How is that equivalent to an academic qualification? We are seeing so many persons coming into Grenada looking for jobs, looking to study, and that the qualification framework is able to help us to compare qualifications from overseas, internationally, regionally. We here in Grenada, we have been using the CARICOM qualifications framework as well as a transnational qualification framework to do those comparisons, also to ensure that we here, when our students go out, that their qualifications are not frowned upon. We are meeting international standards.
Robertson explained the pathway for tradesmen who want to become certified under this qualification framework.
It starts with the NTA. One of the things that a person who has no certification can do is go to the NTA. NTA has assessors for the various fields, and they can have their qualifications assessed, and that person can actually get certified. So you can actually have your certificate in plumbing, which will tell you the level that your skill matches based on what the assessor would have found. They would give you your certificate based on that, whether they're finding that you are able to fit into the level 1 or level 2 or level 3. And it could be the start of a whole new thing for somebody like that, because knowing that I'm at level 2 could motivate you to get to level 3 or to level 4, and so.
If you think you or someone you know may need to reach out to GNAB, here is how you can do that.
They can reach us, telephone 435-1970. You can visit our office on Church Street, Monday to Friday, 8 to 4. That's upstairs building and loan building. They can shoot us an email, gnaboffice@accreditation.gd.
Right. So that's very good there. Good information. I really love that. I love that. Saying to those who have that perception that once you're a carpenter, a mason, or a plumber, or electrician, or so, that you're not like the lawyer, you're not like the doctor, no, you're equal. And you can earn your daily bread and you can achieve, you can make way more than they are making. And here you have a pathway. Here you can be assisted to be fully qualified and competent in that field. So that is really good. Folks, I want to again, before we wrap up, I want to again remind you that my first event is on Thursday, the 3rd of August. Thursday, the 3rd of August. That is at the Wildwoods Park, close to the Fantasia Beach, or the BBC Beach as we would call it, right? Wildwoods Park. And it starts at 4 and we go until 10 or so. So it's a day into night event. It's an all-inclusive event. All-inclusive. Food, drinks, music. And it's not a jump and wave and a misbehave. It's a big people thing. A live band. Solid the band. They're one of the best bands in Grenada. And DJ Selector Beast. He's one of the best DJs in Grenada. And local foods. So when we say all inclusive, it's local foods. So you're not going to come to the event and get what you're accustomed getting in North America, the United States, Canada, United Kingdom, or even in Grenada. When you go to those big cocktail events and so on, right? You're getting local stuff. You're getting the oil down. You're getting the oil down without pigtail and pig snout and so on. There's some people who don't eat that. You're getting the oil down with the pigtail, pig snout, and the back and neck, and the breadfruit, and the dumpling, and the callaloo, and the okra, and the carrot, and you understand? The nice up thing. And you get one without the pigtail and so on. You're going to get Tanya log. Yeah. You're going to get a managed water. You're going to get provision and salt fish. You're going to get, stew turkey and coconut bakes. You want to get, the local stuff, local foods there. The fried fish, the fried jacks, the fish broth. You're going to get that kind of stuff at this particular event. It's all local foods. You're going to get the potato pudding. You're going to get the coconut buns. You're going to get that kind of stuff there. So it's an all-inclusive event. All the people who purchase tickets online, those who sponsor, those who purchase and come in and will be in the event, I will communicate with you because I know the people who have purchased online. I know your numbers. I will communicate with you between now and the event to find out what you drinking, because that is how you do this kind of catering. So you know what kind of drinks to get. Because remember, I'm not going to be giving free tickets and so on like left, right, and center. There are people you give them free tickets and they come and they drink all the beers and they drink all the rum and they drink all the. That's an all-inclusive event. That's not a situation where you have to come and buy drinks. There's a difference, a fundraiser, right? So all my good friends and them, they may not get a free ticket unless it's a sponsored one and I give them, right? People I know around, because it's a fundraiser. I want to make something out of the event to be able to at least start the process so we can get that new radio station or that radio station with the equipment and everything like that. So again, just saying, we will start off at 4. That's August the 3rd. That's before all the big carnival event. The next week is all the carnival events, right? So the 3rd, that's Thursday. So people will be coming in that week, Monday. Let's say the last week in July, a lot of people will be coming in, or from Monday. I mean, people came in already, but from this week coming up, and the following week, people will be coming in droves from overseas, and then the first week in August. All right? But the folks who are here in Grenada and those who are coming in, I want to say to you, make that event one of the most attended event, right? Or one of the events that you will be attending as a form of support. We have a lot of tickets. I want to urge you to buy buy a ticket. If you come into the event, buy a ticket. If you're not coming to the event, sponsor a ticket. We have tickets. You can get it from me personally. If you holler at me, hey, Kemboy, I want a ticket. Like, for example, yesterday I went up to St. Andrew and I dropped off, 3 tickets one way, one way, and then I went in the ravine and dropped one there. So that's 5 tickets yesterday, right? So just saying it's important for you to purchase a ticket or two. Support. If you're in Carriacou and you want to support, you want to purchase a ticket, you may not be there, or maybe you might be there. Just call me up. Call me up, and I'll guide you accordingly. You know my number, 1473-415-4817. 415-4817. WhatsApp me because I want you to buy the tickets, purchase the tickets. You're coming to Grenada, you know you're coming. Holler at me, say, hey, Kem Jones, hold a ticket or two for me, why? I come in, I go buy the ticket from you. You understand the point? If you already here, you're here in Grenada, and you intend to come, let me know so I could kind of gauge what's going down. It is so important. Information here is important, knowing that you're going to be there and you're going to support. And if you like what I do, you love what I do, and you want this thing to improve, you want it to expand, because I don't believe in staying one place or staying one way. I don't believe in that. I believe in expanding and growing. So I want to urge you to purchase a ticket or to support this first event. Make it a great success, right? Make it a great success. So far, we have, in terms of tickets, about 90 or so tickets already. People have indicated, yes, they will be there, hold a ticket or two for them. Some people purchase tickets already, which is great. So it's about 90. We want to reach 150 to 200 or 300 tickets. So I want to urge you to please continue continue buying the tickets. Call me, say to me, Kem Jones, I will be buying a ticket. I want a ticket. I want 2 tickets, and so on. So I would know what's going on, and I can drop it for you. I can even give you in advance, and I'll collect the money after, or something like that. It's so important. I want you to, understand that. And everybody who purchases a ticket, I take the names so I know who is coming. Because it's not like we have 3 or 4 or 5 different outlets selling tickets. No. Everybody who purchases tickets, I know. Online, I know. That's ridebuy.com, RYDE by BUY.com. Ridebuy.com, RYDEBUY.com. Make it a must. You buy a ticket, you support this event, go online within seconds, you can buy the ticket. You get the receipt, you get the number, and we work from there. That's that's RYDEBUY.com. You go there, you look for Kem Jones Appreciation Carnival event or edition, and you can buy a ticket right there within seconds. You can buy a ticket. So I want to urge you, right? A good friend saying, I will buy a ticket for my NNP friend, or Patricia saying she will buy a ticket for her NNP friend. All your goodness. Right. So again, I want to encourage you to please buy a ticket or two. And remember, it's easy online. Junior George, he has that platform. It is so important. AKM, I'm going to get a ticket, right? Yes. That's you, Duncan. Well, you're my partisan. You're my girl. I mean, that's not an E for a butter, maybe. Right? That's my real partisan, buddy. Right? Yeah. Nice. So again, it's $300 for a ticket, 300 EC money, our currency, and 110 US and 150 Canadian. So, and you just go on that site, ride, and make it today, right? Today's Sunday. Take some time and buy a ticket or two. Even if you're coming or you're incoming, and send me a message. Say, hey, Kem, but I just buy a ticket. I will sponsor it for somebody, I will give somebody, or I will be there. You understand the point? So Elma, Hosford, Noel, I need 2 tickets. We'll be in Grenada next week. Yes, Elma. Send me a message on WhatsApp message on Elma. All right, that name sounds familiar. So Elma, send me a WhatsApp message on 1473. That number that you see scrolling under the live, 1473-415-4817. See that number below there? Send me, it's right below, it's scrolling below, just below the live, 1473-415-4817. Add me on WhatsApp. Send me a WhatsApp message, and let's take it from there, man. Good vibes, right? So if you come into Grenada, make that event a must. I want to see you. I want to be there with you. I want you to be there at the event. For those who don't have transport, I would communicate with you and I would organize a transport from at least Wall Street to get you to the event and back, right? So, and you could even pack up at Wall Street and I'll get you a vehicle from there because I'll call the individuals because I have your number and everything like that to make sure everything is set. You know, when I organize things, it's always smooth, well organized. You would never be disappointed. That's how I operate. Kem Jones, that's how I operate. All right, we go have fun, we have a wonderful time. So make it a must that you if you're not coming, you in the United States, you're in Canada, you're in the United Kingdom, you're here in Grenada, you're here in Carriacou, and you're not going to be able to make it, but sponsor, give something, buy a ticket or two, because it adds up, right? Do that. It will be appreciated. So I want to urge you, please do that. All right? Nice. So don't forget, it's Thursday, the 3rd of August. It's a Thursday from 4. And if you want to come, go on the beach, enjoy the beach, because Fantasia Beach or BBC Beach there, it's always a shallow beach, very nice. You can go there, enjoy the beach, come back, eat some local food, enjoy the live band after, Solid the band, and DJ Selector Beast. We go have a nice time down there. So you could make it a kind of family vibes, You come, you spend some time on the beach because it's just a walk. The beach is right there from the event onto the beach, right? And after that, you come, you eat food, enjoy the local food. So we're gonna cook some food there, right? We're gonna cook some food there, and we're gonna bring some food in. But the vibe's gonna be real local. The vibe's gonna be nice. And then, so a good friend is saying, God knows, I wish I was home to attend. Well, Miss Lawrence, my dear friend, even if you can't make it, sponsor a ticket or two, right? Do that. It will help in reaching the target, because once we're able to get at least 150 tickets sold, or between 150 and 200, that's even a plus, because it means that we would get $60,000, or if it is 150, it's $45,000, and then the expense for the event would be about $18 to $20,000. All right, so it means that we would have $25,000 profit, and if it's 200 tickets, then it means we would have a $40,000 profit coming out of that as a start to get the equipment. And because remember, we need $172,000 to be able to get the equipment to start this radio station, right? That's just equipment and so on. And then we'd have to at least have a 6 months worth of salary in place for the 3 or 4 people who will be working as disc jockeys or announcers or so on the station. And then the rent for 6 months for that facility. We need that. Utility bills for 6 months. That's important to have that there. 6 months grace. Because that is how I plan. The person who is managing, I wouldn't be managing this operation. I will be doing my programs on the station, right? The night program, the morning program, the night program. I'll be doing that there, of course, right? But the other stuff, it will be managed by somebody. The people working there is separate and apart. You see, it is so important. We have to expand this. We have to have something there for a long time, for the next 15, 20 years. Because remember, we want our government to remain in power for at least 15, 20, 30 years. So I'm thinking big. I'm thinking outside of the box. How can we organize and have a footing within the media in the country and make the station the best, right? Modern equipment and facilities and so on. That's important. So I don't have to manage. No, I don't have to. All right? But of course, I'll own the whole operation. That's important. But you have to understand the bigger picture here, right? And then we'll be able to take ads and commercial stuff, ads and so on from companies and other things like that. So it's a bigger picture down the road. 10 years of sacrifice, and then the next 10 to 20 years of getting something from this in the medium to long term. So it's a big plan, but I want you to be on board. I want you to assist because you have always made it happen. You've always made it successful. So I'm saying the first event, we have to make sure that it's successful. You have to make it big, right? Make it big. Let us, you're out there, buy tickets. Buy tickets. You're not able to come, buy. You're coming, buy. You can go online or you can buy it from me. We have tickets. We have a lot of tickets. We have plenty tickets. All right? Plenty tickets. That is important. I say to folks, if you love what I do, you should also love the fact that I'm a dreamer and I'm dreaming big. And I want us to expand and achieve. I'm not about stagnation, stay in one place and so on. I set goals and I try to achieve them. There are some people between me and you who want me to remain in this home studio for life, volunteering my time and effort. Don't fool yourself. And there are some people who are progressive, who are positive, who are, kind, who are genuine, who are sincere, who always believe in upward mobility, who always believe in expansion, who always believe in development, who always want good, who wishing good for you, who want good to come out of everything that you do. I know that personally. There are good people out there, genuine, sincere people. For example, I already got some stuff for the event from a good friend in New York. I would not call her name. Genuine. Got a full, carry-on of stuff already. Of genuine, of stuff that going to be used for the event. And very soon, more stuff will come down from good people who want to see that the event is well organized. So I'm really grateful. I'm really thankful because we need to get the palms. For example, a good friend said to me, "Man, you don't have to rent any palm tree. No. You don't have to. All right? You will get it free. I'll give you because the person listens to the program." And then you have another friend who said, "Kim, what you want for?" Or two friends, "What you want for the event?" I said, "Well, look, we need some stuff to cover the tables and nice it up. We need some stuff to cover the cocktail tables, the white tables. We need some lights, to nice up the venue. We need some plates and forks and cups and, like glasses and so on. We need that." So their two friends already said, "Look, I'll get that for you and make sure that happen." So that is the love. That is the love. And as it gets closer, there are things that we will need, And if we get it, because it's a fundraiser, if I can get it free, then it cut down the expense, right? Cuts the expense. I need some cocktail tables, for example. And I'll talk about that during the week. Some cocktail tables. So if you know of people who could, say, "Okay, just hold 6 cocktail tables," right? I'm giving you that. 6 cocktail tables. You just have to get, I already have the covers, cocktail table covers, right? There might be people who can assist with other things to make the venue, to lift the venue. And I'll talk about that during the week. If you know of other things that could lift the venue and make it nice, because it's Wildwood Park. We want to transform it, right? We want to lift it. So again, I'm really eternally grateful to all the people who continue to support what I do. And God is at the center of this. I always believe that. And I have no fear. So please, buy a ticket or two, support the event. I know you will do it. So all you need to do is say, "Hey, Kem boy, I go buy a ticket or two, or just buy a ticket." Send me a WhatsApp and say, buy a ticket, or I go buy a ticket, something like that. I want to see that happening. It is so important. My good friend there said, "Hey, Mr. Jones, I'm sponsoring 2 tickets. My sister going to give you the money on the 25th or the 26th of the month." Thank you very, very much, my good friend Doug. All right. Thank you very much there, my good friend Doug. All right. So again, I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you to buy a ticket or 2. And even if you're not coming, buy the tickets to support the event. Right? Buy the tickets. And if you're coming to the event, let me know. Give me a heads up. Kembo, I'll go buy 2 tickets, maybe month end or maybe next week or maybe during the week. Right? It's very important. Folks, thank you very much for being a part of the program. I want to wish you all the best. Plenty love. I thank you very much for all the support. Thank you. Thank you very much. And when I tell you I thank you, it is deep. It is sincere. Bye for now.
The proceeding was a paid program. The views